Just about set to get underway here in Game 2 of our quadruple header on Day 2 of the 2016 U.S. Youth Soccer National League Fall Showcase here at the Gillette Athletic Complex in Wilson, North Carolina. U18 teams are up next. It's Baltimore Celtic SC Christos taking on the Milwaukee Bravarians. Hi folks, Matt Nelson back with you live on the Turbo Sports Network. Glad you can stay tuned on our YouTube channel from wherever you may be. And, well, hopefully you are a little bit warmer than I am right now since we're outdoors in what has been a very chilly start to the day. We had a couple of the U16 teams on the field this morning. Now we move up to the 18U level, where we will see two 45-minute halves like we saw in all four 17U matches yesterday. Baltimore Celtic SC out of Baltimore, Maryland. They dropped their first game to Sporting STL McMahon Ford out of St. Louis, Missouri by a 2-1 final. Milwaukee also lost their opener to BRYC 99 Elite out of Fairfax, Virginia by the same final of 2-1. Milwaukee will have the opening kickoff, and they will go from right to left on your monitor, while Baltimore Celtic Christos, they will move the ball up and down the field from left to right. And away we go here in Wilson, North Carolina. The second game is underway here on field number 1. Milwaukee will be wearing the gray tops, blue shorts, blue and white socks, white letters and numbers, while Baltimore Celtic Christos will be in the black and green tops. At least that's how they are in the fronts. Black and green shorts with the numbers on the right sides of the shorts. Black socks, tan letters and numbers as well. Good step up here by Milwaukee. Jackson Dryden banging that ball over to the Baltimore Celtic keeper. This is Sam Farrell, number 99, a junior. Baltimore Celtic biding some time, a team that certainly has a number of kids that know where they're going to be at this time next year. Pretty much all except for one of those college commits. There are 5 altogether, and 4 of them will stay in the state of Maryland. I'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a moment, as Noah Hernandez, number 10, soars that one along the near sideline as the wind continues to pick up. And the plastic cover falls off of the package of drinks and protein bars underneath the center canopy. Whistle, and I believe we will get a throw in here for Baltimore Celtic SC. Jason Cyrus will do the honors. Number 4, short throw and ahead to Franco Coltabiano. Cyrus will throw it in again as the team moves the ball up the field about 5 yards or so. Sam Solomon back to Cyrus. Shot on goal, deflected in front by Sean Escueda. Shot by Arbalaz. Nothing doing there as Baltimore Celtic looks to regroup in the offense. Now they'll play it back to their defense. Dylan Petzel, number 12, plays it to the far side. Petzel is among those 5 seniors who have committed to a 4-year program for next year. Petzel verbally committing to UMBC, that's Maryland, Baltimore County, home of the Retrievers in the America East. Comiskey. And his pass is deflected and knocked out of bounds by Alejandro Arbeles, also going to UMBC next year. Hernandez keeps it in bounds to Jackson Dryden, excuse me. Now Baltimore working it back to their keeper, Farrell. Farrell wearing the pink top and white shorts. Milwaukee's keeper, Elion Haddock, number 1, is in all orange. Quick turn from Manuel Barajas, excuse me. Now here's Reyes. Out of bounds it goes. A throw in for Baltimore Celtic. Headed away. Volleyed around, and finally put down on the ground. Evan Danini, and it was out of bounds last touch off a Celtic. Baltimore Celtic Christos, their head coach is Brian Rowland, who is also an assistant at the University of Maryland. Pass in front, goes right by the offensive player, and will be cleared away by the keeper, Farrell. Milwaukee's head coach is Kyle Zanani, who is also the director of coaching at the home of the Bravarians, which, oh, by the way, is a donut, for those of you wondering. Not sure why a soccer club decided to name their nickname after a pastry. But I digress. Solomon racing after it. Not able to get to that ball in time. He's the third UMBC retriever that will be in the incoming class of 2017-18 for next year. Off the throw-in. Headed by Paul Frendock. Rieger, number 8. Nifty footwork there, brings it back to Arbeles. Now Cyrus, his pass gets deflected in front. Arbeles, broken up by Milwaukee. Petzel, he's going to bring it back to the keeper, Farrell. Brett St. Martin, number 23, biding some time and gets rid of it just before his defender, Jackson Dryden, has anything to say about it. Speaking of Dryden, he'll bring over towards the center for Barajas. Cyrus trying to go in front for Arbeles. Nothing doing there. Frendock over to Solomon. Solomon nearly tripping over the ball. Able to stay on his toes. Last touch by the Celtics. St. Martin was the last to put a touch on that ball as Matt Comiskey takes the quick throw in. Sliding down is Dryden. No whistle. Hernandez. And now Comiskey's pass gets deflected again. St. Martin is all over it. Brett St. Martin dribbling to his right. Chips it out of bounds. A short boot. And Milwaukee will take the throw in again. No score as we approach the 9th minute. Here in Wilson, North Carolina, this U18 matchup. It's the first U18 matchup on field number 1. We had 4 U17 matchups yesterday and a U16 matchup earlier today. A long throw-in that gets headed away by Baltimore Celtic. Solomon brings it over to Cyrus. That was actually number 8, Jacob Mazzi. Reyes keeps it alive as the ball works its way over to the far side. Now Comiskey in the center. Comiskey looking ahead. Intercepted by Cyrus. Cyrus, a little chip pass in front. It was headed last by Sean Escueda. Comiskey. Ball will stay in bounds, but just barely by Dryden. Now it's Nick Blasso, number 2, got the last touch, as the two may have shown each other the eye that time around. They got to be careful. A couple of players that appear to be around the 6-foot range going at it in the early stages. Now in the 10th minute, no score. Blasso in front for Frendock. Dryden, short pass behind to Chandler. John Chandler, senior midfielder. St. Martin with some time to Rieger. And the throw-in will be taken by Baltimore Celtic, but not before the player is down. Brett St. Martin appears to have been knocked down to the turf. And Brett will be able to get up under his own power. Received a little bit of help from Dylan Petzel, the UMBC commit. Cyrus with the throw-in as we resume action here in the 12th minute. Off the throw-in, Milwaukee with Dryden over it. Looking to go in front. Reyes with a hot head of steam, but Farrell is there to get to it first. Caltabiano. St. Martin. Got some neck gear on to try and prevent some frostbite, and prevent getting sick either later today or over the next 2 days. The two teams playing their second of 4 games here on day 2. Comiskey, and it's buoyed away by Petzel. Milwaukee throw-in will be taken by Noah Hernandez as he'll work his way a little bit farther towards the 18 and throw it in from in front of his own bench. Hernandez stays with it. One-on-one with Cyrus. And last touch, they're going to say it was touched by Comiskey. It was actually Hernandez, my apologies. Solomon. He has space. Gets the cross. And it's play on a hop by Elion Haddock. Haddock will place it on the ground and let it fly in the air. Back and forth they go around midfield. Barajas to Comiskey. Comiskey back to Dryden. Dryden sliding, gets the ball back, keeps it in bounds. Here's the cross, kept alive. Chandler from outside the 18, his shot gets deflected in front. And back come the Baltimore Celtic, Christos. No score in the 15th minute. Baltimore Celtic SC and Milwaukee Bavarian coming into this match each with an 0-1 record, dropping their first game decisions by a 2-1 final. The cross taken by Dryden, nothing doing. And Baltimore Celtic will be able to get the ball across midfield. Milwaukee has anything to say about it. It's Comiskey. Brings it back to Dryden. Short move to his right. And brings it back towards midfield for Evan Danini. Anthony Genta, numbered 7, junior defender. Blasso. Frendock gets it away. Ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by a Celtic. It'll be a throw-in for Milwaukee. Hernandez. Over to Andrew Schweinart. I believe that's the pronunciation. Comiskey. St. Martin will let it go for Farrell. Brett St. Martin with a lot of time to work with. No score here in the 17th minute. Solomon and Haddock will get to it first. Slow roller out to the right side. Last touch by Barajas. Check that. They're going to say a throw-in for Milwaukee. It was touched last by Baltimore Celtic. Comiskey. A little too hesitant at that time on his decision-making. Be a throw-in for Cyrus for Baltimore. Haddock. Back out. And a bit of a slide tackle. 2 players down, including Brett St. Martin. The other player was Jackson Dryden, who went down. Chandler. Over to Reyes. Barajas getting tripped up nearly. Looking for the foul call, and he will get it. So far, a very heavily contested matchup from a defensive standpoint. Two teams very hungry coming in today, looking for a much-needed win to get themselves back on the right track. Remember, the top finishers, the top 4 teams in each age group will move on to the National Championships in Frisco, Texas in the end of July. It'll be an automatic bid for those teams, which, hard to believe it, is only 7 months away. headed by Arbalaz, and a foul against Baltimore Celtic. Paul Frendock having a word with the head official. Still trying to plead his case, but it's to no avail. Off the free kick by Barajas, he keeps it on the ground. It's stopped by Jason Cyrus. Man-on situation for Cyrus. He'll get rid of it in time to Solomon. Back to Cyrus. Over the head of Maisie, and Maisie will watch that one fly over. Throw in for St. Martin, who will instead give it off to Cyrus. Cyrus with a line drive throw over the head of Arbalaz, and it'll be Elian Haddock to clear it out of bounds and knock it over right past our trailer. Here's Cyrus to take the throw in here in the 20th minute, no score. Header, just a bit right. Diving save made by Haddock. Comiskey. To the right side, to the left side rather. Comiskey deflected in front, the pass was. Arbalaz, and a player down for Baltimore Celtic. That's Ian Rieger. Rieger is down on his stomach, and he will get up under his own power. Looks like he may have had the wind knocked out of him that time. Dryden sends that one soaring over the head of about three players. A long cross that eventually gets corralled by Franco Catalbiano. Or Caldabiano, excuse me. No score as we enter the 23rd minute. St. Martin has Cyrus to his right. On his left, he's got Blasso. He goes in front instead. Cyrus lets it fly. Down the line. Frendock will get to it first for Baltimore Celtic. Here's the cross, and it goes over the net and out of play. We'll have our first substitution of the game for Milwaukee. Austin Schweinart is in for Matt Comiskey. Haddock with the goal kick. Slight curl to the left side. This one will find its way out of bounds. Last touch off the head by Chandler. Cyrus. Solomon with a nice move. Frendock. Back to Solomon. Looking to go in front for Maisie. Nothing new in that time, but Baltimore Celtic will keep it on the throw-in. Cyrus will play it in. cross. Too strong. Reyes will get the clear. Headed away by Caltabiano. '25th minute. 20 minutes till halftime. Cyrus back to St. Martin. He'll pass it off to Blasso. Blasso boots it over to the left side. Out of bounds, throw in for Milwaukee. Now Baltimore Celtic will make 2 subs into the game. Number 31 is Aiden Welsh. Number 45 is Jan Koemi. Number 45. Arbalaz and Maisie will check out. Now we resume play, a throw-in from Milwaukee. In a scoreless game, 26th minute, first half. Here's Cyrus. Check it, it was actually Koemu whose shot was deflected and knocked away by Haddock. Good thinking for Koemu. Had a really nice look, but if Haddock doesn't leap over to punch that ball away, it's a 1-0 game. So now a corner kick, the first for Baltimore. And that one goes out of bounds. Let's do it again, shall we? Koemu was on to take the first corner. And now they're going to let Solomon do the same on the left side. Solomon headed down by Blasso, but Haddock picks up the save. Haddock will play it on the ground. Welsh, one-on-one with Chandler. He'll get rid of it. Cyrus. Ball booed away. Koemu nearly falls to the turf. Still on his feet. Cyrus going for it first. They're going to say a throw-in from Milwaukee. No score here in the 28th minute. In from Milwaukee, number 19 is Trey Goodnetter. The Milwaukee commit making his first appearance. One of 2 future Milwaukee Panthers for the Bavarians on their roster. The other is Nicholas Angel Andriaki, if I'm saying that correctly. Both players are seniors. Angel Andriaki is a midfielder. St. Martin plays it back over to Petzel. Player gets tripped up in a foul. Franco Catalbiano. Caltabiano, excuse me. Don't worry, folks. I'll get that name right eventually. So it'll be a direct free kick from just outside the midfield circle for Baltimore. Blasso, back to St. Martin. St. Martin, go the long way. Welsh. All kept in bounds. Nicely done by the Milwaukee defense. Now Milwaukee's going to go with more subs. They originally had one player on the sideline getting ready to come in. Brett St. Martin with a high booming kick. Here's Dryden, poked away by St. Martin. And now Dryden will throw it in, but not before the substitution. Three players out, three players in. Mark Duran, number 3. Jared Holland, number 16. And Cole Stevens, number 6. 31st minute in a 0-0 game. And a throw-in coming up for the Milwaukee Bavarians out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Chandler nearly getting tripped up. Works it back over to Danini. As the wind continues to hollow in the background. As it blows from right to left. St. Martin keeps it on the ground, stopped by Milwaukee. And it's booed away by Frendock. Out of bounds, a throw-in for the Milwaukee Bravarians. Cyrus with the header. Brought down by Barajas. A booming kick that time from Dylan Petzel. Knocking it free. They're going to say last touch Milwaukee. Cyrus on for the throw-in. And we'll do it again. Bissau over to St. Martin, and he is fouled. It was actually Aiden Welsh who got tripped up for Baltimore Celtic. So bring Jan Coemo in to take the free kick from just inside the chalk. On the ready. The cross in is headed away by Milwaukee. And now in the breakaway, Noah Hernandez gets tripped up and fouled. Blasso commits the foul. Milwaukee trying to hurry up, but don't understand why when they've got a lot of time left here in the half. There's 12 minutes left. Hernandez on the cross. It's a shot instead that goes over the bar and off the screen. St. Martin to the center for Welsh. Welsh turned the corner. His pass deflected and knocked away. Now 2 subs for Baltimore. Diego Guerrero and Jacob Muller will check in. Jacob Mueller it is, committed to Binghamton University in Binghamton, New York, home of the Bearcats. And the throw-in coming up for Baltimore. 35th minute. Long throw-in for Mueller. Has a heck of an arm. Throw-in coming up for Milwaukee. Wasting no time getting rid of this one. Good netter. And it's cleared away. Foul called against Baltimore. This will set up a free kick for Sean Azgueda. Azgueda lets it soar. Broken up. And now Baltimore looking to get on the counter. I'll have to throw it in first. Yes, Sal was going to take it, and then his teammate called him off. This one is knocked away, and it'll be a throw-in for the aforementioned Baltimore Celtic Christos. That'll be on Haddock. Corrals the ball, and he'll keep it on the ground. Welsh trying to get a foot in there. Milwaukee will work it around to the right side. Welsh again. Looking to turn around with the ball. Having some trouble in doing so. And finally gets it off to Nick Bledsoe. Chance here for Milwaukee. Broken up again by Baltimore. Here in the 38th minute, no score. The cross headed away by Cyrus. Whistle and a foul. It's against the Baltimore Celtic. So a throw-in coming up for Milwaukee. But not before Baltimore has a couple of substitutions. Make that 3. And they'll have to hold on the substitution. On the next throw-in, corner kick. Or check that. They're going to have to wait for the players to get off the field first. Caltabiano, Petzel, and Frendock are out. Kiro, Mackenzie Ali into the game for the first time. I believe I also saw Dominic Solano as well. Let's resume play, shall we? David Reyes on for the free kick for the Bavarians. Second chance effort heads towards the scoreboard. Off the foot of Chandler. That ball had a little too much spin in it. And it keeps us scoreless here in the 40th minute. At the other end, it's Elian Haddock who falls down on the ball. And he will let this one fly. Been doing a lot of kicking from the ground. Instead, he punts that one high and deep towards midfield. Haddock is there again. He'll pick it up and send it into the sun. Escueda sends it toward the sideline. Keeping it in bounds was Stevens. St. Martin, man on. Gets it away. Over to Mueller. Now Guerrero. Solano trying to stay with it. Gets tripped up. And he is fouled. Second minute here in Wilson. No score between Baltimore Celtic and Milwaukee Bravarians. Bavarians, rather. Yes, the Milwaukee Bavarians, excuse me. Got it right the first time. Waiting on the free kick. And Diego Guerrero will do the honors. In front of the grandstands with his right hand in the air. That ball is headed out of bounds by Milwaukee. Kawemi on the corner. Lifts it high in the air. It's still in bounds. No handball that time. Jason Cyrus gets to it first. Solano places it back to the keeper, Farrell. Farrell will push it to the right side. Out of bounds. Last touch, Milwaukee. It was Chandler who knocked it free first. Cyrus on for the throw-in. Line drive, and it's stopped right at the foot of Guerrero. a throw-in coming up for Baltimore. As we are 1 minute and 15 seconds away from the end of the first half. It'll be a free kick instead, they say, as Jan Koemi will do the honors. From inside the chalk, he'll keep it on the ground. Ball sent high in the air, outside the 18. Milwaukee really wanting the handball. They're not going to get it. The referee says play on. That ball stays in bounds. Header by St. Martin. And here's Guerrero. Durand. Danini. Bakiro. And Durand brings it back the other way. One touch by Goodnetter. Barajas. We've got 1 minute of stoppage time coming your way. Milwaukee and Baltimore still scoreless here in the U18 class. That ball knocked away out of bounds. Off the foot of John Chandler. Just about to wrap up this first half here from Wilson. Game 2 of our quadruple header on day 2 of the National Showcase. Baltimore's got to get it off in time, and throwing it down the field is Mueller. Guerrero out of bounds. They're going to say a goal kick, I believe, but it won't take place. There's the whistle, and the first half comes to an end. No score between Baltimore and Milwaukee in what has been, like we saw earlier today in the first game, a very tight and closely contested battle between the defenses. Two teams looking to break through the win column here in the second half of action. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by the Wilson Trophy Company, Kohl's, Nesquik, Major League Soccer, Nike, the Positive Coaching Alliance, better athletes, better people, by the Turbo Sports Group, Toyota, let's go places, by Bubba Burger, by USA Soccer. And we will step aside for a moment and come back with the second half in a moment right here on the Turbo Sports Network. welcome you back to the Gillette Athletic Complex here in Wilson, New York for Game 2 of Day 2 of the 2016 U.S. Youth Soccer National League Fall Showcase from Wilson, North Carolina. No score after the first 45 minutes between the Milwaukee Bravarians and the Baltimore Celtic Christos. Matt Nelson back with you live here on the Turbo Sports Network. Glad you could stay tuned with us throughout the course of the day. It's been a chilly one, to say the least, and a very good day for a couple of U18 soccer clubs looking to obtain their first win of the season. Milwaukee's going from left to right here in the second half as Austin Schweiner chases after it, unable to get to the ball in time, resulting in a throw-in for Baltimore Celtic, who will be going from right to left. Baltimore Celtic wearing the green and black uniforms, teal letters and numbers. Milwaukee in the gray tops, blue bottoms, white numbers and letters on their jerseys. That ball's going to go out of bounds. Right over to a college recruiter. From RIT, now, that's Richmond Institute of Technology, correct? Oh, Rochester. Okay. For some reason, I thought that was Richmond. What's that? Of course. One of the many college coaches here in attendance for the duration of this showcase. I believe he was here yesterday as well to witness a few moments of the first day's worth of action. Throw-in for Milwaukee. Chested down by Goodnetter. Booed away by Petzel, kept alive, and then knocked away by Goodnetter again. Caltabiano on the throw-in. And this one's going to fall out of bounds. Caltabiano again with the throw-in over to Brett St. Martin. He's played a very good defensive role in this game from what I've seen over the first 45 minutes and change. Seems to be very confident, very laid back, very quiet on the field for the most part. Got knocked down about midway through the first, but since then has been very patient about himself and his own style of play. Arbalez with the header off the throw-in by Milwaukee. Here's St. Martin again. Keeps it on the ground. Past a bunch of players. And sliding in for the save, is Elion Haddock. Speaking of keepers, Baltimore Celtic Christos has made a change in net. At least, I've checked that. They have not. They are only playing with one keeper throughout the match. Sam Farrell still in net for Baltimore. Comiskey to Chandler. Chandler with some speed sends it high and wide. Off the kick by Farrell. Chested down by Schweinart. Holland. Batted away. And Caltabiano will keep it in bounds. Now he gets thrown down. Trey Goodnetter committing the infraction. One way or another, that could go a yellow card either way. But the referee will hold the card in his pocket. Holland brings it back to the keeper, Haddock, who sends it high and deep to midfield. It went off the head of Goodnetter. Comiskey over to Ginta. Mazzy. One-on-one, he goes down, no whistle. Referee said that was clean. Now Guerrero goes down, and we got a whistle. Diego Guerrero draws the foul. Milwaukee and their bench calling for no contact. Instead, it sets up about a 27-yard free kick for Paul Frendock. This to make it a 1-0 game here in the 52nd minute. Frendock lets it fly toward net. Diving in for the save is Elion Haddock. And he keeps the game. Holland. Short kick from Zanini over to Comiskey. Check that, it was actually Ginta. Free kick here for Baltimore. Kick may have been scraped off the head of Jack Mueller. Now here's Dryden. Holland gets taken down. A foul is called against Caltabiano. And will we see a card? Caltabiano is going to get a brief chat with the head official, and that'll be all. Here's Matt Comiskey on for the free kick. One man in the wall for Baltimore. As Comiskey will let it soar. That one is caught right in the hands of Sam Farrell. An easy two-handed grab, and it keeps it a scoreless game here in the 54th minute. Caltabiano. Back towards the center for Abalaz. Now for St. Martin. And St. Martin drills it ahead. Guerrero looking to go in front. Believe that was Cyrus. And it was. Knocked it out of bounds by Milwaukee. A free throw, or rather a throw-in coming up for Mueller. And hard to believe, closing in on the start of high school basketball season in some parts of the country. Long throw-in by Mueller. Ball is loose. Nearly chipped in, but saved for a moment. Great defense. That may have been Evan Danini on the save. And letting it fly wide right was Frendock. So Haddock will place the ball right around the 6 and send this one out for a goal kick. To the left side, goes tailing toward the sideline. And out toward Comiskey. Milwaukee throw-in. Right about at midfield. Good netter. Ball kicked towards the center. Headed away by Holland, and Haddock is once again there to keep it in his hands. This one will stay on the ground and tail out to the right side. Caltabiano, broken up by Durand. Petzel. He's got St. Martin to the right, and he will go in that direction. The junior will work it across midfield. Send it out to the near side. Milwaukee possession. Chandler. Falling over a defender, we play on. Holland. Back to Chandler. Comiskey. Plays it to the far side. Scoreless game as we enter minute number 58, second half, between the Baltimore Celtic, Christos, and the Milwaukee Bravarians, both out of the U18 class. Two teams looking to get their first win of this weekend's National League Showcase, both coming in with an 0-1 record. Milwaukee dropping their match to BRYC 99 Elite 2-1. And Baltimore Celtic Christos falling to Sporting STL McMahon Ford 2-1. Stopped by Escueda over on the right side. Knocked it out of bounds over by the Wilson sponsor. Throwing coming up for Baltimore, and Mueller will do the honors. The Binghamton commit sends it deep inside the 18, and it bounces over the top of the net. Leon Haddock on for the goal kick. He's going to send that one to his right. Slightly to the right side, high up in the air, as the wind bats the ball down ever so quickly. Mazzi goes backward over to Caltabiano. Caltabiano keeps it in bounds. Petzel over to St. Martin. St. Martin with some time in front of him. And he'll send this one towards the center, off the foot of Schweinhardt for Milwaukee. Comiskey goes in front. He plays it back to Comiskey. Looking to go to him, and it goes right by him. But fortunately, back to a Milwaukee player. Good ball ahead to Schweinhardt. Kicked away by Caltabiano. And a throw-in coming up for the Bravarians of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now in the 61st minute, no score. The wind blowing at its hardest here this afternoon. And you can only imagine what the temperatures and the wind will be like later on tonight once we get into the fourth game of our quadruple header. Ooh, a near bobble by the keeper, but Sam Farrell is there to corral the ball. Farrell will let his teammates get in front of him. He'll roll it out. And now the ball on the left side for Caltabiano. Headed away, out towards the sideline. Caltabiano with a short throw in. Over to Welsh, back to Caltabiano. Caltabiano's got a man-on situation. And he places it to his right. That was RBI's. And now Guerrero. Welsh. Maybe been some slight confusion between the two as to who was going to attack the ball and trying to cross it into the middle. It instead results in what I believe is going to be a corner kick. And it will be just that. Aiden Welsh will do the honors. That ball goes out of bounds, headed away at the last moment by Baltimore. No score here in the 63rd minute. Haddock sends it towards midfield. Arbalaz, the cross to the right side. Cyrus chasing after it. And it heads down the hill. And it will result in a corner kick for Baltimore. Jackson Dryden will check back in for Milwaukee. And it appears as though John Chandler will check out. Now we resume play. Paul Frendock, it appears as though he will take the second corner for Baltimore in the last 30 seconds. Here it is. Keep it a bit low. Headed away, brought down by Guerrero. Caltabiano lets it soar. High in the air, nearly over the goalkeeper who fell down, but got back up to punch it away with his left hand. Petzel's going to turn around, go for the cross. Is it headed in? Whistle, and a foul against Baltimore. How on earth that ball stayed in bounds, I have no idea. Elliot Haddock has to be the hero of the Milwaukee Bavarians right now. Line drive kick over to Ginta. And now Haddock will do the honors of watching that one work its way out of bounds. "25 minutes left here in regulation. Remember, no overtime, no penalty kicks for these national showcase events. Cyrus gets tripped up, whistle and a foul. He's got a little bit of pushing and shoving here from Cyrus. Trying to push Jackson Dryden over there. And now the head official is going to have a word with Jason Cyrus. I can understand that in this kind of a situation where you're scoreless and you're tired and you want to get on the scoreboard as quickly as possible, I get it. But in the end, the official's main objective in that instance is to just try and maintain a sense of professionalism and courtesy amongst each other. Cyrus turns the corner, gets around a defender, cross, headed by Walsh, but right to the keeper in Haddock. On the sideline, knocking it away out of bounds is Jared Holland. Three subs for Baltimore. Nick Blasso will be among those to check in. Samuel Solomon will also go in along with Jan Kouemi. Chigamazi and Jack Mueller among those to the bench. Caltabiano with the short throw in. Shot goes a bit wide left off the foot of Matt Comiskey. It's going to be a goal kick for Baltimore, but not before Andrew Schweinart will check in. He'll come in to replace Matt Comiskey, number 11. And away we go for Sam Farrell. Farrell back to it in the pink and purplish uniform. Jacob Mazzi. Check that. It's actually Dylan Petzel buying some time. And now Blasso up ahead for Guerrero. Booting it away is Schweinart. Guerrero still on it. That ball is out of bounds and will go for a corner. Corner kick will be taken by number 45, Jan Kouemi, who's played a pretty vital role for Baltimore coming off the bench. And away it goes. short kick off the ground. Frendock, the Maryland commit, racing after it. Back to Kawemi. Send it into the box, headed away. Now Guerrero's turn, and he shoots it wide left and off the screen.
We'll wait. Next one.
20 minutes, make that 19 and a half left in regulation. Still a scoreless game between Baltimore Celtic SC Christos and the Milwaukee Bravarians. Haddock sends it high and deep off the head of Durand. Frendock. Couple of subs for Milwaukee, one for Baltimore. So Austin Schweiner comes back in. And so will David Reyes. Baltimore will make the substitution on the next set of bounds play. Goal kick or corner kick? You just feel the wind here in Wilson, howling in the background, as I am sure it is taking a toll on these players both on and off the field, especially the bench players who have to keep warm and stretch. That way they don't pull any cramps or get injured on what will probably be a cold and hard natural surface turf by the time we're all set and through for this year's National League Showcase. And a half, 17 and a half left. And a free kick from outside of midfield for Milwaukee. Out of bounds it goes, a throw in for Baltimore, who will now make a substitution, as Ian Rieger will check back in. He will replace Aiden Walsh. And a foul against Baltimore. Check that, it's against Milwaukee. Koemu draws the foul. Now we're getting a yellow card for Milwaukee's player. I believe that is Austin Schweinart. Hard to tell from this angle, but it looks like him from looking at the long hair. Paul Frendock will do the honors for a 1-0 lead, and it's headed away by Milwaukee. Cyrus, now Kawemi takes a shot from an angle and sends it wide left. Zanani, the head coach from Milwaukee, having a brief chat with the head official. Obviously, can't be too happy about the call. Out of bounds and a throw in for Baltimore. Check that. It'll be Milwaukee to throw it in. Guerrero with time. Back to Mackenzie Ali, who lets it fly into the box, but it's headed away. Coltombiano. Rieger to the far side. Cyrus, and the header by Frendock is saved immediately by Elion Hendock. Frendock in there again, tussling around with his defender. He gets knocked down. Play on, says the ref. Now it's out of bounds. Coltombiano with a line drive to the left. An easy play here for Haddock. Less than 13 to go in a scoreless game right now. And that punt will soar into the Milwaukee bench. Not sure that was what Haddock had in mind. But now Coltombiano will come in for the throw-in. Solomon back to the center. Ali, check that. It's actually Brett St. Martin who's back in. Cyrus with some space. Shot by Kawemi, nothing doing. Schweinart's going to let that one go out of bounds. Another throw-in coming up for Baltimore. Paul Frendock having a quick chat with the ref. One thing I can imagine them talking about would be the contact he's having to deal with his Milwaukee counterpart. Chested down by St. Martin. Now Blasseau. And the refs will rule a throw-in for Milwaukee. 10 minutes left here in Wilson, North Carolina. Scoreless game, Milwaukee and Baltimore. For their first win of the season is what's on the line. Chandler, and now Ginta. Back and forth they go around midfield. Blasso turns around with it and sends it to the far side. Kawemi with time. Loads of it. Gets rid of it. And now Brett St. Martin just keeps it on the ground. He'll retrieve it and send that one towards the center for Kawemi. That ball gets knocked out of bounds, and we'll have a substitution. Make that 2 of them for Baltimore. Caltobiano is out. Mackenzie Ali is back in. Guerrero out. And Matt Bakiro is back in. They'll redo the goal kick as Bakiro makes his way out onto the field. And Leon Haddock. Now is this time for the goal kick. Straight away to center. Wind has seemed to die down just a tad. Obviously with the sun in the air, not a cloud in the sky. Hopefully, let's just hope the temperatures can stay like this. That way we're not shivering to death later on tonight. Of course, the 4th official agrees with me 100% on that statement. Cyrus to Bakiro. Over to the for Kawemi. Kawemi, too strong on the shot. That one was so high, it may have eclipsed the Eiffel Tower. Delayed game as one of Milwaukee's players finishes up tying his shoe. While we have a moment, let's take this time to tell you what's coming up next for these two teams. Baltimore Celtic 0-1 coming in, and after today's match, they will actually make the 30-minute hike out to Rocky Mount Field in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, to take on LA Premier FC LAFA, that's LAFA, the Los Angeles-based team. That'll be 11 a.m. Eastern. We will not have that game for you on Turbo. That game, well, you just have to either stay here or watch that shot go off the bar. May have hit the post off the left side from Milwaukee. Anyway, Baltimore's last game will take place on Sunday morning, 7:30. Back here at Gillette, they'll be on field number 6 to take on La Rocca South CS 99/00. the Highland, Utah-based club team. So a couple of morning games, one in mid-morning and the other one bright and early at sunrise. Next game from Milwaukee will be tomorrow. They too will head over to Rocky Mount to take on Solar Chelsea 99 Sawyer at Dallas, Texas at 1 p.m. And then Sunday it's UFA Premier at a Forsyth, Georgia, back here at Gillette on field number 2 in a game that will start at 11:10 a.m. Eastern. Off the free kick, ball high in the air, kept on the ground by Chandler. Here's Danini, whose shot goes wide left. Danini looking for a handball. He will not get the call. Three minutes left. Sam Farrell, he's had a very quiet night so far. And he'll let it fly towards midfield. Out of bounds, they'll say a throw-in for Milwaukee. Regardless of the end result for today, Baltimore Celtic has to be very proud of how they performed. They've controlled the ball in the attacking third for about 65% of this second half. As a player goes down, a whistle and a foul is called. Drawing the foul. Samuel Solomon. Another player down, this one for Baltimore SC. The aforementioned Solomon gets tripped up. And now a free kick from roughly 12 yards away from the top of the midfield circle. Jan Kawemi will do the honors. Will he keep it in the air? It stays inbound, but only for a second. They're going to rule a foul. And this is an indirect kick. Nope, it's not indirect. Go down, it's just a free kick for Elion Haddock for Milwaukee. He's had a very busy day in net, especially off the corners taken by Baltimore's attack. Headed away. Out of bounds it goes. Last touch by Ali. 15 seconds left. Pending any stoppage time that we'll have. Clock is hit 90. Waiting for the official word from the referees. The cross. Too strong, but still in bounds. Another cross. Leaping to and it's safe by Haddock. 3 minutes of stoppage time have been added. This will give both teams plenty of time to figure out some kind of play to end the game. Ali heads it back to Rieger. Rieger with a man-on situation. Plays it ahead to Solomon. Solomon looks right. He'll go right. It's broken up by Milwaukee. Kawemi gets it back. Kawemi looks to go backwards. May have slipped over himself. And now Milwaukee with a chance at the other end. This is Dryden. Nearly pushing off Brett St. Martin. Dryden again. Falling to his knees. We play on. Kawemi falls to the turf. Whistle and a foul. It was outside the 18, and Milwaukee's defender cannot believe it. Jared Holland may have been the break that Baltimore has been looking for. The Maryland commit, Frendock, on for the free kick. Roughly 19 yards away from goal. To make it a 1-0 game. Headed just a bit wide, but still alive, the ball is. Frendock will have another go at it. No, now it's Milwaukee's turn. Dryden. And that will do it. For the first time here on Field 1 in 2016, a scoreless tie is the end result. Baltimore Celtic SC Christos and Milwaukee Bravarians will finish in a 0-0 game at the end of regulation. So that'll do it for this broadcast. But we've got 2 more games on deck for you here at Field number 1. Up next, here on Field number 1, as I pull out the schedule, we'll see